Morning to one and all, and welcome back to my video. Friends, today on this video I'm going to speak about one of the personalities and you have to guess who he is. Well, he is the person and the captain who is the reason behind the 3 ICC cricket trophy on Indian cricket team name. A person who has achieved the ICC Player of the Year in 2008 and 2009. The person who was honored with the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award in 2008. Well, you have to guess who he is. Yes, you guess is right. He is none other than Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Friends, you know about all his achievements and all the things. But what I told about you is that what is the thing that Dhoni has been differentiate from the other cricketers? Well, if you ever ask me what Dhoni has been differentiate from the other cricketer, definitely he's a cool guide person, a person which is a human calculator. Well, what exactly a human calculator? If you ever see Dhoni matches, whenever he come to bat, he definitely take the matches with 1 and 2s and end with the matches with 4 and 6s by taking one of the person who major contributor against any opponent with the winning performance of India. Well, that's something differentiate from the Dhoni. He was a great finishers. I found that one of the finisher who can come out number 5, who can do an average of 50 runs, average 50 average with a more than 10,000 runs in Indian cricket. Well, that's something differentiate from the Dhoni as the other person because he is the great finishers. Always try to do it 1 and 2s with a single running between the wickets that create a pressure on the bowlers, whatever the circumstances it is, and finally take the India into the winning performance. The second thing that he is also a person who is the fastest wicket keeper. Well, when he came to India, when you came to first play for the Indian cricket team, there is hardly you see the cricket keepers with a very good wicket keeper even Parthiv Patel and Dinesh Karthik. But one thing that differentiates between Dhoni and other wicket keeper is the fastest wicket keeper. Well, if you see about other wicket keeper in the world, he take the ball and go towards the stump and do the stumping. But Dhoni actually what he do, he has to go towards the stump and take the ball and do the stumping. That reduce the number of time to do the stumping itself. And he is also another person who is the reason behind the blindfolded stumping. Ever seeing the Dhoni without seeing the wicket do the stumping from the backside, right? That's something make his one of the innovations, and he's also called as an innovator, right? And third thing is all about the innovation about the helicopter shot. Well, helicopter shot is something that is defined by his friends, but he actually is the person who take the helicopter shot to the international level. And one day team, and in case of one day games, Yorkers are the very difficult balls to play, and helicopter shot is a perfect reply to the Yorkers. So this is something that you find about the uniqueness in the Dhoni itself, even I preferably. But do you know exactly what Dhoni has to go into the struggles to achieve all the things on all the success stages are in India? Well, if you see about the Dhoni, definitely you know about all the 3 trophies when he became captain of the India. In 2007, he has taken the ICC T20, who was won against the Pakistan in the final match and the first winner of the ICC T20. In 2011, we won the ICC World Cup after 20 years when waiting. And 2013, we won against the England on England soil and won the ICC Champion Trophy. So that defined that he was the captain who has taken the team and going forward and one of the winning contribution against any kind of opponents. Okay, today on this dose we have to know about exactly the Dhoni. Well, if you really want to ask you exactly where he exactly hails from, and definitely you always thinking about he is hails from the Jharkhand, but actually he is hails from Uttar Pradesh. His native place is Uttar Pradesh, but his father used to work with one of the company. The company name is Makan Group, which is there in Ranchi. And in the year before that, Ranchi is one of the part of Bihar, but after two state got separated, the Jharkhand, one of the state was renovated and Ranchi become the capital of Jharkhand, right? So that is something that Dhoni is hails from exactly the Ranchi and especially the state of Jharkhand itself. So guys, from the from the childhood itself, Dhoni had never had thing about to play for the cricket for the Indian cricket team. But he used to play, he used to play in the Indian football team as well as the in the badminton itself. So what exactly the something that he's differentiated about? He was very passionate about the football as well as the badminton, and he knows that he was used to play as a goalkeeper in the football team. But he was such a good goalkeeper that by seeing his performance on his coach, the coach is suggested him to apply for the cricket itself. Well, if you are Dhoni, even after getting all the information, he tried for cricket, and he used to be a very good wicket keeper in the cricket. Well, in 1907 and 1988, he tried one of the trophy which is play in the basically in the straight level, and basically in the against each and state interstate level, that's called a Binimanka trophy. He started and he played good cricket over there. If you ever ask me who's the favorite favorite cricketer, definitely Dhoni is always said that his favorite cricketer is Sachin, and none other than the Gilchrist, which is also a very destructive batsman as of Australia, that the Gilchrist, right? So that's why he's always told about that his favorite cricketer him. So basically Dhoni try to do something about the cricket when he more about when he doing the job. He, after completed his education on an education in a middle class family, definitely go for the job, right? And he started for the job, and he got selected in the as a ticket collector on the southeastern railway. That's in location is Kharagpur. Well, by doing all his job, and he also started his playing cricket off for the district level, for the state level, and try to continue with his passions, right? So by seeing his performance, and by seeing his performance, even one of the team, which is BCCI, always have a choice to choose the players from the remote level or remote areas. Okay, so there is one person which name is Prakash Podar, who's the ex-captain of the Bengal cricket team and one of the selection committee of the BCCI at that time, chooses Dhoni and sees his performance as the best batsman, and try to take a chance to the Indian A cricket team, that in the tour of Kenya, just has to play the tri-national series. Well, in the first cricket and the first match itself, Dhoni has to play against the Pakistan, and he is the major contributor against the winning against the Pakistan. He scored 50 runs and one of the major contributor against the Pakistan. So after that, he has played also 119 and 120, the 2 century against his name, and he's also scored total of 362 runs, and one of the person who's act as a man of the series on the Indian cricket team. So this is something happened in the Indian cricket team, and his coach, whose name is Sandeep Patil, very well-known person, and the Saurav Ganguly, which is the ex-captain over there, ex-captain of Indian cricket team, by seeing his skills to give a chance to play into the Indian cricket. Well, that's something differentiate between giving him a chance in the Indian cricket, because his skills and his batting style. Because previously we know that there is very good wicket keeper, but the one thing that differentiate between Dhoni and other wicket keeper is his batting style when it comes to India. But if we ever see about the batting style, definitely he has to play against the Bangladesh tour and give a chance to the Bangladesh tour. But the first match did not do well, and he was out in duck, and with a run out itself. And finally something happened that he has to lose his confidence, but the selection committee hasn't confident on him and then give a chance against the Pakistan. And on the 5th match, he has scored massive runs, that is 148 runs with the 123 balls. I remember that match when I was in 10+2. I thought that I found somebody which is successor of Virendra Sehwag, right? We used to say that the in Indian cricket team under that time, 2004 and 2005, but we have very less cricketer who have scored the more runs compared to the balls. That one person is Virendra Sehwag, and I don't find out many person, but Dhoni is one of the person who's come as a successor, who's played a very good percentage after that. After that he started. He was a major contributor against the Asian team, winning against the Asian, basically Pakistan and Sri Lanka, and become a major contributor of that. And his best score against the Sri Lanka itself, and 189 runs against the Sri Lanka itself, and that's something is as the best score of him till now that I did. So after that, if you ever ask me about what something is differentiated about his cricketer and what about something about his captainship, in 2007, when we were going through horrible phases of our life, the Indian cricket teams is ever going through the horrible phases of that life. It means that when we lost in World Cup in the first game itself against our opponent, which is basically Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, with our opponent and coming across out from the stepped out from the World Cup. So we have to go and play an ICC T20s, and Dhoni was the used to be a captain for that. Well, if you ask me what's something that differentiates Dhoni on that, when we won against the Pakistani in the final match itself. So what exactly the Dhoni that differentiate about his captainship, his cool performance. You always see that his coolness. He always know what he wants to do and make others to do. Well, that's the best thing that make ourselves and we better performance. And we never defeated any of the games, and we try to do well and major performance and try to become a successor and become a success against any other opponents. And I think we lost against New Zealand. Apart from the loss, we have played with other teams. We won against the other teams and become a champion in the final match. Well, if you ask about what the difference between Dhoni, let's find out one of the famous personalities, that Ravi Uthappa. What Ravi Uthappa say about Dhoni is he's sharp at 8 point, knew what he wants to do and all this. So when the last over, if you see the last over, right, when he handed over the ball to Jogi, so he always have a confusion to go to the Jogi or Harbhajan. Harbhajan, one of the very experienced bowler, and he also played very good, but on that matches he has given many runs. That's why the confidence level is very less. On the side, Jogi was very new on the time, but he has a confidence in Jogi and given the last over, and he played last over. I think that we won by the 5 runs itself. So everybody have a trust open him. That's what Ravi Uthappa says. So everybody have a trust open him. That's why we won the match. So there's something 2007. Everybody know the captainship, and so after that, the captainship, the one-day captainship is handed over to the Dhoni itself, and who was a major contributor about the Indian World Cup champion against the Sri Lanka in 2011. Well, in 2011, when we became champion 28 years, and we know that exactly that we do very well because under his captainship, and something that is very important about him is that everybody trusts him, and everybody doing well because he's very cool and calm. He know the which condition which bowlers is suits. Okay, let's think about one of the very famous bowler, Jahir Khan, what he tell about him. So what exactly Jahir Khan tell about him is that he's always very communicative with the bowler. He know that which bowler who wants to fit for whichever the matches, and the basic thing was different upon him, the trust factor. Any time of the when your first bowler is not doing good, he has to depend upon some bowlers, and he also the other bowler also, who is very part-time bowlers, try to take the situation and become a fruitful and take the wickets on that situation. So he has a trust upon over the bowlers. In 2011 we won the World Cup match, and 2013 we won the Champions Trophy in our name. That's something defined about our 3 Champions Trophy and 3 ICC World Cup against our name. So it is not something about one day. We also did well in the ICC trophies. So we know that in ICC we know the Test cricket itself, because we know that in Test cricket we always play good at the home ground, but never go to the overseas. But after taking over the captaincy, Dhoni, who has played the very good matches against the Australia and the Border Gavaskar Trophy in 2008, 2009 and 2013, and we also played against the New Zealand and defeated New Zealand on New Zealand soil itself. So these are the very strongest team who has played against. We also played against and he is also a major contributor in the England match in 2008. If you ever see that is became draw because the bad light, and we have won that series itself. So he never be the captain in that match, but he is the major contributor for that. So he's the person also reason behind our team to reach to the top ranking in Test cricket. So not only the Test cricket, is also for the T20 and also the one day. So this is something I told about Dhoni's all his achievement about so far. Let's think about what are the famous personalities say about him on this matches itself. Well, we'll start something about what famous personalities say about him on the matches. Okay. Let's think about the Harshal Bhogle. So Harshal Bhogle told us about that Dhoni is famous for his long hair. Dhoni when they come to play for the Indian cricket team, he knows that he's very fascinated about the long hair, because at the time the long hair one of the very famous if you see the hero, right, John Abraham. So he also inspired from John Abraham and tried to do something about in Indian cricket. Well, something about long hair, and he's very fascinated. Everybody fascinated about long hair, and by seeing things, and he's a major fan also do the long hair itself. Well, he's very cool and calm person, and he's, you know what he wants to do in the cricket itself, right? What if you really about his, you know that he's very putting the himself on the other face. He's very empathetic. Well, what exactly the empathize in putting your shoes in other places, you know that what he wants to do. He know that what bowlers or what cricketers wants to do, what exactly a batsman wants to do. Definitely he has to do. He has to take him on the, any kind of over, and he has to play for the India itself. So let's think about one of the other cricketer about Jahir Khan. He already told about him. I already told about the Mohammad Kaif, who's the best fielder of India. He told about the run itself, you know, tell about the full stop in the Dhoni's career. But he has come out of that situation and play against world cricket against the Pakistan, who's made 148 runs against the Pakistan, right? That's something to make a remarkable journey so far, remarkable career. Or he was a first batsman at the time, wicket keeper who can do everything. So if you ever ask me who was the best wicket keeper at the time, well, I say the Adam Gilchrist, and after Adam Gilchrist I find somebody who is the best wicket keeper and captain, who was none other than Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Well, this is all about his story so far. But one thing I just want to show just that Dhoni has gone the bad phase of his career like every cricketer. When after 2013 itself and 2015 we lost to the cricket team, lost to the very opponent in the Australian matches, in Australian cricket, in Australian team. So Dhoni has a full stop on his career. Every person think that he's very old and he's not able to do, but he always be fit, always do very well, and he knows his capability. He is doing very well. And against the T20 we lost to very opponents, and everyone went out about him. So one thing I just want to tell you about that, you know, every cricketer have to go the bad phases of life. Okay, so definitely good phases is there, bad phases. Whenever we're supporting the good phases, we are cheer up for their scores. We have to support for the bad phases of their life. Okay, that's making a perfect human being us itself. So that's something about Dhoni, and this is all about my story. And I just want to make a good asking you questions. Which of the matches you see that Dhoni were the best matches so far? Just write down on my comment. Definitely, you know, it will be a grateful for me as well as for the other who are watching it. Okay, till now, goodbye. Thank you so much for watching my video.